Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening. And we're on Monday, the 15th of December, 2025. Well, the good news is the Packers were here today. All my computer equipment is laying all over the floor, and we will begin installing it tomorrow. So in the next day or two, we should be able to get back to where we were. My green screen and that will probably take another week or so, but we'll have that up for you also. The important thing is we're making headway. Now, tomorrow morning, you're going to get advanced retail sales for October. They'll be coming out at 7:30. November payroll data will come out at 7:30. And that's going to be an important number. We haven't had these in a while. Remember, October, they said we're not going to get. So it's just going to be the November number. The Red Book weekly retail sales will come out at 7:55. S&P Global Group, their preliminary December manufacturing and service sector PMIs will come out at 8:45. We're going to get the September business inventories data at 9, and the API numbers will come out at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. Speaking of that, it appears that there is some headway making way between Ukraine and Russia. Russia has again said that the Ukrainians can join the European Union, not NATO. They would agree that U.S. can agree to defend Ukraine. So there's definitely progress. It's baby steps, but it's steps, and that's what's important. We'll see where this all heads. And obviously, if a peace is arranged, I would think that Russian oil coming back to the market would be a certainty, and that would just put more of that oil that we know has been going around third parties at discounted prices back into the regular marketplace for them. So I'm sure that's a big event for Russia, and one they're probably looking at very hard. In terms of chart action, we've been in a correction. There's no getting away from it. The QQQ was down the hardest today, down $3. And you can see the other indices were down as well. Nothing really positive happening here. NVDA came back up. It didn't hold the day's highs, but it certainly came back nicely. The market that I'm going to cover tonight is Tesla in detail, because it's a market that's going up for the highs right now, most recent highs. And I think this is very, very important. I like that Rivian's come alive, and it's holding on to most of the gains that it is making. Yeah, it slipped back from the 1958 level, but you'd expect that. Goldman continues to charge forward, got as high as 904, may have overdone it today. When you slip back that much, it's always a warning sign. The market that doesn't seem to get a bounce is Home Depot, and hold on to it. Restoration Hardware, a little bit of a bounce, but nothing to write home. And Amazon still getting hurt. Netflix trying to explain its way with its board as to how it's such a good deal for them to buy Warner Brothers. I'm just not in that camp. And Apple slipped today for a change. As you can see, oil down as well in both OYH and USO. So as I said, I'm looking at Tesla, and you have to agree, the market has now cleared these highs. So it's a gap. Markets generally try to fill gaps. I'd look for that. But you can't get away from the story that you've got higher lows, higher highs, and this is the zone that was to be tested, and the market was able to overcome it and close over it. In fact, that is not a bear sign. The 18-day average of closes is chasing the market now. The market, as you can see, didn't come back and fight at it at all. It stayed up here instead of coming back here, and that is a bullish sign as well. And where did the market go to halt? It went back to its Bollinger Band, and it has a pretty good history of hitting that band and pausing little bits at a time. As you can see, this happens where you make these type of moves. I can even show you the ones down here. Follow my cursor. And it's pretty clear that that is what it likes to do, but it's got an embedded reading, which tells me that the market is a buy on breaks. It looks to me like you're going higher, and this is one of the leaders now of the market. As people have understood or come to understand, it's about technology. And while cars are what we think of Tesla is known for, I understand in Austin they have begun testing now their autonomous vehicles. I mean, full testing of the autonomous part. We'll see. That gave the market a lift today. In Meta, the market is in a race to see who wants to spend more and who's going to win the game for artificial intelligence. And as you can see, you got up very high on Friday. Just take a look at this. 7-11. And today you're back down to 638. So you're moving $80 at a shot. That is not for everybody. I told you that I thought the market would go back to the 18-day average of closes. If we take a look, it lost its embedded reading. You can see that over here. But it was, watch this, you'll see, right here. But it should not have taken out that high. And when it does, and that occurs, it's not uncommon for the market to go up to one of two numbers, either back to the upper Bollinger Band or the closest moving average. It did both. And then it annihilated people on the close of business and followed through today. When we look at Goldman, it's finally moving to the right-hand side of the Bollinger Band, the upper band. This is called a gorilla glue trade. It's when you latch onto it, you force the embedded reading. Now the question is, on a break, is the market a buy? You want to see what the first break tomorrow looks like in the market and whether or not it can hold a key moving average. I cover that in detail sometimes in my morning videos, and that's for my paid subscribers, and that's where I'm able to say buy here, sell there. In Roku, still looks good to me. It's running the upper Bollinger Band, gorilla glue, but it hasn't embedded, so it's spending an awful lot of power without embedding, as Goldman did, and that could be a problem. In Netflix, while I've been negative on Netflix, so have others, and you've got a bearish embedded reading, the market's unable to so far hold the rallies, and I don't think that the CEOs have done a good job here of explaining the benefit to Netflix of buying Warner Brothers. Uber, new lows on the move. So seeing that Tesla is able to make headway hurts. And that's exactly what's going on, because so far Tesla's not joined into the Uber group. I believe they will in the end, but we will see what happens here. But I think that's what weighed on the market today all day, with that news. Rivian. And you can see how the market got up to the Bollinger Band on Friday and thrown back again today. Totally normal moves in the market. Support back at 1680. Joby, unable to hold again a test of the 100-day average. See that green? Big failure. Overbought market that's in a correction phase. XLF, lower low, higher high, embedded. So the financial sector is still betting very big on the fact that whoever's going to be the next Fed chair will be the pick that President Trump believes will cut interest rates rather aggressively. And I think that's exactly what you're looking here. It doesn't mean the rest of the members of the FOMC committee will agree with that, but market is looking at the head guy, and he has a lot of sway as being definitely in that camp. At the industrial part of the market, the XLI, you have a bullish embedded reading. I think you want to take a look at this market on a continued break if you get one in the morning. On the energy market, as you can see, the energy sector broke down. It's now gone back into a downtrend. It could be that the market's going to look at these numbers here. Maybe the market's looking at, like I said, Ukraine and Russia making some headway in talks, the U.S. involved in that with Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff. So this is all coming in positive and adds oil and so on to the market. Gold, on the other hand, today was able to hold in there. It's at resistance, the upper Bollinger Band. Has it got its embedded reading? Embedded readings are just so darn important. And the word is, let me walk you through these. Not here. Day 1, 2, 3. You did it now. So the first reasonable break in the market probably gets bought by the pros. The word reason, I'll cover that in my morning subscriber video. In Palantir, market's void of a trend, but it kept its embedded reading. It even has it on the close of business tonight. Now, Unless the market's up tomorrow, it stands a strong chance of finally losing that reading for tomorrow. And if it does, that tells me you want to go back into the 174.30, 173.09 level, those two moving averages. Microsoft down again, just can't get away from anything here, keeps getting thrown back. Lost a lot of value recently, but it's into its support now, approaching the lower Bollinger Band. BND, well, your battleground has been the 100-day average of closes. You can see that in the green line right through here. And you've kept the swing line bullish. However, each rally to the 18-day average fails, so the bias has been down, and you do have an oversold market. In the dollar, people are betting against the dollar and thinking it'll be a lot lower this year. I happen to be in that camp as well. And FXE, I'm thinking, is going higher this year. Coming up, we will see. It's trying to embed right now and get itself going. So you put that all together and you have an interesting market. We'll see where it's going to carry us. Do remember, if you want to join on board and see the research and what we're saying, buy and sell, you can click up here with your mouse. You'll see an icon show up, or over here, you're probably watching on YouTube. You can click that, or better yet, go to iraepstein.com and you can see your way right into the research section. Everything's explained there. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up with you all in the other updates tonight and, of course, in the morning. Take care.